Story 4. Creepy guy at train station. So, I was picking up my daughter from her nursery with my newborn in a baby carrier attached to me. My daughter was in her pushchair on our way home on the train. The station next to our house doesn't have step-free access on the platform we get off at, so we go to the next station and get the train back to our station, as this way we can get off on the step-free access platform.
I forgot what they're talking about now.
They're talking about just Yeah.
Took a second for my brain.
Yeah. As I got to the station after my home station, we were getting off the train and this guy suddenly lifted my daughter's pushchair up as if to help get off the train. But it wasn't necessary. I was a bit confused as we didn't need any help. He said, "Let me help you," looking down. And now looking back, probably to cover his face with his peak cap. Long story short, he was following me all around the station. Every time I went to the elevator to reach my platform, he would follow me. When I went to the main part of the station, he'd follow me there. The weird thing is he was acting like he hadn't noticed that I'd noticed when I was clearly trying to avoid him. He never made eye contact with me. I was petrified as I had my 2 very young children, 23 months and 3 months old, with me. To make a very long story less long, I typed a message on my phone that I needed help and showed it to a staff member at the station, as I didn't want to create a scene or the situation to affect my daughter. The staff member helped me get to my platform and catch a train, ensuring the creepy guy didn't get the same train as me. He literally hopped on and off after me until the train left. I'm shaken up, worried for my children, and feel like I need to change my route, and I feel paranoid it wasn't a one-off. It was like dead obvious that he was after me for something, but didn't make eye contact with me at all. I'm curious why people think this guy was following me blatantly but wouldn't make eye contact with me. Surely if he was trying to scare me, he would have stared at me to be intimidating, but he was being blatant and acting like he wasn't after me at the same time. But his behavior was very confusing.
Okay, so my initial thoughts is that he's not going after you. He's going after your children. And then looking you in the eye would, like, humanize you and also make him identifiable if you make eye contact and you see his face.
Yeah.
My thought is he's going after the children, probably the 2-year-old. Statistically, women kidnap babies.
Yeah, that's what I would guess, too.
Waiting for them to slip away just enough. Because sometimes, like, kids are just, like, running through the stores.
That's what I don't get all the time. You go anywhere and you see kids like this woman at Meow Wolf.
Yeah.
When Sarah and I went to Meow Wolf, this kid, this tiny little child ran into Sarah and the mom was like, "Sorry, we don't do personal space."
Huh?
Girl, what are you talking about? I could have snatched your child up and ran.
Right.
I could have done so many things. I could have kicked your child. Like, sorry.
I was at Costco, and I was walking through the aisles, and there's just a child that just runs through the aisles and is just standing in between me. And I look up, and there's an Asian lady looking at me, and both of us are like, "Whose white baby is this?" So we just stand there around the baby, like, "Well, I can't leave
Whose
you.
child is this?
Hello?
Somebody come
Anybody?
get it. Whose is this?"
Could have been the rest of the store, to be honest with you. So I have no idea whose baby that was. Eventually, like, it was always the fucking dad. Eventually, the dad came and was like, "Oh, yeah. Come on, Timothy."
Working at theme parks for so long taught me how bad it is because kids will literally run everywhere and their parents are too busy with whatever they're doing to notice until their kid is halfway across the park. And then the kid's running up to somebody being like, "I can't find my mom."
Yeah.
Probably because you ran away because your mommy wasn't watching you.
Yeah.
And it's like, there was one time that made me so mad. These kids came into my restaurant and they started hitting the fork and spoon dispensers until they were all over the floor. And I was like, "Hey, stop doing that." And this mom came in and was like, "Don't yell at my kids." And I'm like, "Tell them to stop."
Your kids are pieces of shit. Like,
they're literally wasting all of these plastic forks and spoons and knives that I can't use now because they fell on the floor and your kids' grubby little hands are all over them. Control your children. Not to parent shame. I'm not a parent, but just keep an eye on your kids. Just watch your kids. Like this person. Perfect example. This person was cognizant of what was going on. They picked out, "Hey, this is weird. This is weird. This is weird. I need to keep my children as close to me as possible."
Right.
Have you not seen any creepy story or any episode of Criminal Minds where the kid just gets
yanked and no one knows where it went? Yeah.
No one knows where it went. It's gone.
It is gone.
The child is gone.
Yeah, children are still a little bit of an it to me.
That's fair. But yeah, no, that's super creepy. I have had a few instances where people have like followed me around somewhere.
Yeah.
And I start to clock it and I have to, like, there was one time at a gas station at a Buc-ee's. Okay. Nonetheless.
Yeah.
I was at a Buc-ee's and this guy was literally like walking around with his like phone in his hand on his side and just was like right behind me the whole time. I was like,
yeah.
So either you're conveniently looking in all the same places that I'm looking, or you're literally standing this close to me and just like every time I move, you're right there. Get off me.
Go away.
Yeah.
Stop! You violated the law. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence. Your stolen goods are now forfeit.
Yeah, that's my thought. He's trying to kidnap your...
Yeah, it's 100%. The kids trying to, or the person trying to get the kids.
So gross and scary. What did the comments say?
And there's a lot of fighting in the comments.
Oh.
But people are saying that it's a predator. Other people are like, you should cause a scene. If somebody is being weird to you, that it should be normalized to cause a scene. But it's also, it goes into how, I mean, there's a whole aspect of, well, what if that's not what they're doing? And then you don't want to make a big scene out of it and embarrass them, because what if they're just confused and they're honestly just really stupid?
Yeah. And you also have like your two young children with you, one that's a literal baby.
Yeah.
If you do cause a scene and
It's
things escalate.
yeah.
Well, not only is it traumatizing, if things escalate and become physical, you still have to take care of your children.
Yeah.
So like the 2-year-old can start running. The stroller can go in a weird direction. Like,
yeah.
you need to kind of...
And there's trains.
Yeah, there's trains. Yeah. So,
and if what would you do with John Quiones has taught me at all is that a lot of people won't do shit.
Yeah.
Which is really sad. Like, people can be getting harassed and abused and beaten up, and people will just walk by.
Yeah. So
I
get not wanting to cause a big scene and just be like, hey, can someone just help me? You're trying to get out of that scenario as quickly as possible instead of fanning the flames and engaging.
Exactly. Yeah. I think their route that they went with just showing an employee a little note that says like, hey, I need help. I think that's the perfect thing to do.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, a lot of people are going back and forth on that in the comments. I think it just comes down to personality and experiences.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm not going to cause like a big scene like that.
No, I wouldn't either. I'd probably do exactly what they did.
Yeah.
Or run. But if I had kids, I couldn't run. That's true. So.
You have to practice running drills. If we ever got to escape, one baby here, stroller, go.
Well, I don't have babies, so
yeah,
I would never have to worry about it.
If I ever have them, you can borrow mine and practice.
Okay, that works for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, trains are always
at Addison's house.
Trains are always really spooky for me because you see so much, especially when I'm riding the subway in New York, because there's no way off, you know, and there's only, you can go in between cars and people will just get weird. Like there's been so many stabbings on trains and stuff like that, where some crazy person just goes nuts. There was one time. Not scary. Well, I guess it was scary, but it wasn't scary like I thought anything was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I was on a train in New York, and this guy, the train wasn't moving. Like, we were on the subway, and it wasn't going anywhere. We were like, are the doors going to close anytime soon?
Yeah.
So everyone's, like, looking out the door, and we look out the door, and there's this guy passed out, probably from drugs, on the like right on the tarmac, or what is it called? The platform. Yeah, he was right on the platform, but like half in the train, half on the platform.
Oh my
God.
God.
In the door.
Yeah.
Just passed out.
Gotcha.
So that was weird.
Yeah. We see weird things on the train. I love trains. I just wish they weren't so weird.
Yeah. Yeah, they're always a little sketchy. You always have to, like, keep your eyes peeled. Yeah. Because there's some weird people. One time, though, I took acid.
And you were the weird people? Barking at people?
Well, because usually if you're on the subway or something, you're looking at your phone, right? So you're not looking around and making eye contact with people. But I was gone, and I was on the subway, and I was looking at everyone, and I could not stop laughing. I was just looking around.
There's a Redditor out there.
Well, I looked normal, I think. I don't know.
I just imagine your eyes huge.
Yeah.
And you're just laughing it up. And people
also, my feet are so dirty because I had walked like 15 miles.
You're like, I looked normal.
I was wearing, my hair is probably disheveled because I've been walking outside the whole time. And I'm just looking around laughing.
Yeah, I bet someone sat on the train and be like, oh, I wonder what joke they're telling over there. She needs to wash her feet. Why is she still laughing?
It was, yeah.
It's so funny. It probably wasn't that. It was probably just like,
I was laughing, but I was like trying to stifle it because I knew it was weird and I knew it looked weird. So I was like sitting there like the whole time. Yeah, I could not keep a straight face. It was not good.
Somewhere out there, girl on the train laughing. Let's not meet.
Sorry. Oh, goodness. I've ridden the train with Katie here a couple times now, but both times that I've ridden it with her, we're talking about sex or like smut.
Yeah.
So the people who sit around us, like the first time I rode the train with her, we got kind of drunk. We went downtown and then rode it back, and we got kind of drunk. And we were sitting talking about these books and what we liked about the books, and we were like going into detail. And I was like, man, these people that are sitting around us, I mean, at the time I'm not thinking about it, but then the next day I'm like, how loud were we?
No, I imagine like Ethel was sitting there like getting the paper and pen out of her purse being like,
lights out.
She brought it to her book club. They all loved it.
I don't blame them. Have you read that yet?
Is that the one with the mask?
Yeah.
No, I did tell Shannon about that though, because someone was talking about like smut and like darker romantics, and I was like, if you need recommendations, you need to talk to Addison. I don't remember who I told that to, and then I described the book that you're reading now, and like the whole room was like, ooh,
yeah, C&C man,
C&C man,
consensual, non-consensual. Semen man.
C&C man.
Just a big semen.
That's
like I wasn't even imagining like a seaman. I was imagining like a big sperm, but like built like a man.
Oh yeah, this entire time I was thinking sperm. I was like, why'd they call it that?
I went to the Museum of Sex in New York
a
couple times, but the time that I went with Quentin, they have a glory hole game. But anyway, it's like you know, like the button game at Dave & Buster's where you have to hit all the buttons and like turn the lights off, but you have to do it fast. It's like that, but with the holes in the wall next to you because you're in a stall and little things coming out of the wall.
That's so
and
funny.
You have to yank them. Yeah. And so
I had to like pop them.
No, you have to yank them. And I did very good.
Oh my god.
And I got a little plushy sperm.
Yay.
Yeah, it's in the office. That's where the little sperm is from.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's a great time. The museum's very fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, they have a big bounce house that has big boobies on. It's just big boobs.
As it should be.
Yeah. And then there's a slide that you go into this woman's mouth and you come out of her ass.
That's very like Magic School Bus.
Yeah. There's also a 4D movie that you watch. So you go and you sit in the chairs, and then like it's like an artistic porn.
I was about to say, it's definitely a porn.
Yeah, and then you get sprayed in the face.
I was about to ask, I was like, what do they do? Like, they got a little squirt bottle?
Yeah, you get, like, air, like, little air cannons go off at some points, and, like, the seats move, and they, like, vibrate, and then whenever the big climax is, it sprays you in the face with water.
That's hilarious.
It's so fun. It's so fun. So...
Wild.
If you enjoyed that little story, be sure to watch the full episode here.
And make sure you like, subscribe, and all that jazzy.
Jazzy? I see what you did there. Wait, what was that?